Hi, so I'm going to show you how to make your net for your own Easter egg design, which you will be doing in computer science on Photoshop. But what we need to do first is we need to create the net, which will be cut out using our friend TechSoft. So if you can open that up as normal, remember we ignore this. And what you have here is an A3 sheet of paper. But because we're going to use a new machine called a plotter, we need to do a little bit more setting up of our page before we actually begin. So what you will do is you'll go to Setup, Drawing, Layout. Then here it says A3, which is great, but we're actually going to click Set for CNC Device. Okay, so you'll go to the drop down and you select Roland Cam 1 GS2 -24 Versa Studio. Okay, and then you don't need to necessarily, but if you click Set for A3 and then use registration marks. These registration marks are really important. You'll have noticed that they have a version of this on the Mini Xbox that you looked at. They're either circles or little crosses, and they're what the CNC device uses to understand where to cut your design. So it's very important that you use registration marks. So press OK. Now, once you've got that, you do need to save your work. So save as. Then you need to go to Student Areas, Design Technology, Year 9, find your class folder, and there will be a folder within that called Fair Trade. So you need to pop your name, and press Save. So what you've got is your page with your registration marks on. Now your whole design needs to sort of go within this area here. Anything outside of this dotted line will not be cut because it's seen as sort of unusable space. And as I said, the plotter, when it comes to cut your design, will sort of scan these spots and use that going forward. Now we're going to use nice round numbers today, so that means you need to go on to Gridlock, which is just this one here on the top right hand side of the screen. And then we are going to use this Shapes tool here to make a rectangle. So the first rectangle that we need to make is 240 millimeters across by 90 millimeters down. Now you're going to pay attention to the numbers in this box here, the rel box, because if you see when I'm moving around, it's sort of adjusting where I'm going. And because I'm on Gridlock, you can see it's snapping to the next 10 millimeter increment. So as soon as you click, it starts from 0, and you just need to count across until it is at 240 to 90. Okay. So then if you get the select tool, you want to move that so it's fairly central, because we're going to be adding flaps and things like that to your design to make it more accurate. Now what we're also going to do is we're going to change the line colour of this to red just to save us time for later. So what we need to do is we need to divide this up now. We're going to use our line tool for that. So we need to have lines going down at 60 millimeter increments. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. It doesn't look right. So if it's not quite right, just snap it across. And what we can in fact do, so you don't have to keep drawing them, is you can just use the copy box to divide that up. So that's the 4 sides of your egg box nicely worked out. Now, from the analysis that you would have done in class, you'll know that what you now need to do as well is you need to add in flaps so that the net can be joined together with as minimal glue as possible. So again, for this, we're just going to use our line tool and we're going to keep everything as best as possible on gridlock, just because it helps with our accuracy. So much like the mini eggs box that you've seen, we're going to now just go from this top right left-hand corner down. Click again, down, like so. So that's your sort of one that's going to glue all of the sides together. So we only need one of those. These other ones you do need more of, so we're going to use that copy tool again. And they're all going to be, so this is they're all going to be 30 millimeters high. So I'm just putting that as a mark, as a baseline, and we're going to go this, and then go across. Now that line that I said I'm just going to use as a construction line, I'm just going to delete that, and then what I've drawn in, and then I'm going to copy across to this one here. Then I'm going to select both of them, copy them, and then use this button here, reflect, to flip them round. There we go, looking pretty good. Now, what you will also want to do is add the sort of the parts that can protect the egg on the inside. So you won't necessarily put any design onto these parts that we're about to draw, but your main design area will go in these large rectangles here. But let's go for this here. So again, we're just using the gridlock to help us be nice and accurate to do a little line so it goes in. If we were to go straight up with this, it would catch when you folded it all together. So that's gone 10 millimeters up. I now need to go 50 millimeters up here. Oh no, I don't. Like so. Just check that measurement. So that's in total 60 millimeters. So that's really good. Like so. So we've got that there. Super. Then what you can do is you can do the same again. So you can copy. And then you can just select those parts that you've drawn. I'm holding down Shift on my keyboard now so that I'm getting all the ones that I want. Reflect. Like so. And you can also add within the center of this little circle that the egg would sit in. Again, you can just use a copy box to pop that across like so. And that is pretty much it for the construction. On this rectangle here, what we also want to do is create a little bit of a window. Most Easter egg box designs have this so that you can see the egg inside. So I think the best bet is probably to again use the circle tool and go so that you've got a nice 10 millimeter gap, because what you don't want to do is compromise the sort of accuracy of what you're doing there. So that is what you've got. So now we need to sort of adjust the color of a lot of the lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything and change it to red. But there will be some internal lines here that I'm going to need to change to black. And that's because red cuts and black is going to score. So there's a few of these internal lines here that I'm actually going to delete and redraw for ease. So I'm just going to go to the part delete. So I've got that by holding it down. So I'm going to go like this. So I'm going to do those initially, making sure my line colour is black. Like so. And then I'm going to get rid of these ones as well. And redraw them in black. So now it's only the parts that we want cut out are red, and the parts that are black are what will be scored on the CNC router. Now, just as quality assurance, we're double checking that everything is nice and snugly inside that dotted line, which is really good. And we're making sure that, we've got our hole in there so that we can see the egg inside. We've got our support mechanisms, and we've got the right number of flaps. Okay, so you need to have flaps across all of the top and one long one there down the side. Once you've got that and it's all ready to go, you can press save and go on to the next task.